Good evening. Before I call the meeting to order, I want to announce that some commissioners, staff, and the public are attending remotely via Zoom, by phone, or on site. All participants joining by phone should mute their phones when not speaking to avoid background noise, and thank you. During the meeting, please make sure that you announce yourself by name and title every time you speak so the public that is observing knows who is speaking. This is critical given the number of remote participants and is current guidance from the Kansas Attorney General. If public comments are allowed on agenda items, comments should be limited to the topic of that item. Disruptive comments and behavior are not permitted and may result in removal from the meeting. To ensure an orderly meeting, sections 917 and 919 of the Rules of Procedures shall be imposed. Questions will be confined to the matter before the assembly. A commissioner will speak for 5 minutes or less at any one time and not more than once on the same issue until all other commissioners have had an opportunity to speak on the matter. Thank you, commissioners. I will now call this meeting of the Board of Commissioners for Thursday, January 8th, 2026. Happy New Year to order. Will the clerk please call roll?
Roll call. Pacheco,
Here.
Lopez,
Here.
Stites,
Here.
Davis,
Here.
Bynum. Here. Kump,
Here.
Howard,
Here.
Burns,
Here.
Ramirez,
Here.
Hill,
Here.
Watson.
Here. The invocation is being given by Chaplain George Kemper, Senior of the Ebenezer Ministries, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Shall we bow our heads? Dear Lord, we thank you for this day and for this opportunity to gather together in service for our community. We are grateful for the responsibility that is entrusted to this commission and to each one of us to help prosper our community. For this diverse gifts, the experiences, and all the things that we represent here. We ask you for your guidance to conduct the work that's be done here. Grant us wisdom in our decisions, clarity in our discussions, integrity in our actions. Help us to listen carefully and speak respectfully and work to the good of our community and to all. And we say amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk Monica, do we have any revisions to tonight's agenda?
Yes, Mayor, we do.
Oh my, okay.
We have issued an agenda update adding item 7.3 to the regular consent agenda. This item is for appointments to the Quindaro Ruins Archaeological Park Task Force.
Okay,
Those are all the revisions.
thank you. Clerk, can you please read the statement governing the planning and zoning portion of our meeting, followed by the items on the planning and zoning consent agenda?
Thank you. Good evening. We would like to welcome all present to this meeting of the Unified Government Commission. Members of the commission are Mayor CEO Crystal E. Watson, Commissioner Melissa Bynum, At-Large District 1, Commissioner Andrew Kump, At-Large District 2, Commissioner Jermaine Howard, District 1, Commissioner Bill Burns, District 2, Commissioner Christian Ramirez, District 3, Commissioner Evelyn Hill, District 4, Commissioner Carlos Pacheco, District 5, Commissioner Phil Lopez, District 6, Commissioner Chuck Stites, District 7, and Commissioner Andrew Davis, District 8. If this is the first time that a particular petition has been before the commission has 3 options. 1, it can approve the recommendation of the Planning Commission with 6 votes. 2, it can override the Planning Commission's recommendation, but it would take 8 votes to override. 3, it can return the matter to the Planning Commission for further consideration, together with a statement specifying the reasons for the referral back to the Planning Commission. The consent agenda is the first part of the Planning and Zoning agenda. Items on the consent agenda have received a unanimous vote of recommendation by the Planning Commission. Unless there is a request to set aside an item from the consent agenda by an applicant, member of the public, the Unified Government Commission, or others, then the Planning Commission's recommendation on all items on the consent agenda will be adopted by the Unified Government Commission altogether on one vote. I will read the list of agenda items on the consent agenda, and when I have completed the list, the mayor will ask if there are any requests to set aside items from the consent agenda. This is your time to come to the microphone and provide one agenda item to be set aside if you do not agree with the Planning Commission's recommendation. If you're joining us virtually, this is your time to raise your hand and, once acknowledged, provide one agenda item to be set aside. If you contacted the UG Clerk's office, that item will be set aside by the UG Clerk on your behalf. If an item is set aside, the matter will be discussed and voted on separately. Only the individual requesting the matter be set aside will be allowed to speak on the item. All items not set aside will be approved with the Planning Commission's recommendation. We appreciate the attendance of those people here this evening, and we recognize the importance of each petition. We would, however, remind you that there are a number of items on the agenda, and we would appreciate your efforts to make your remarks as concise as possible. We ask that anyone with a cell phone, please turn them off or switch to non-audio so you will not disturb the meeting. If joining us virtually or by phone, we ask that you mute your phone when not speaking to avoid background noise so you will not disturb the meeting. Once the petitioner makes their presentation, the person requesting the matter be set aside will be allowed the maximum 3 minutes to state their views. As you come to the microphone, please state your name and city for the record if attending in person. If you're attending virtually, when your name is called, please state your name and city for the record. The mayor and commission are required to disclose contacts with proponents or opponents on any item on the planning and zoning agenda. At this time, does any member of the commission wish to disclose any contact with proponents or opponents on any item on the agenda?
Commissioner Bynum.
Thank you, Mayor. I've heard from opponents of item 6.2, SB 2025-082.
Commissioner Howard. Commissioner Davis.
Same as Commissioner Bynum.
Commissioner Ramirez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Same as Commissioner Bynum.
Commissioner Howard.
Same as Commissioner Bynum.
Commissioner Burns.
Same as Commissioner Bynum.
Commissioner Hill. Okay.
Are those all of the?
I believe that's it.
Thank you. I will now read the items on the consent agenda. Change of zone application, item 6.1A, COZ 2025-029, Jerome 9 Abar, a recommendation and ordinance for a change of zone from R1 Single Family District to AG Agricultural District for sheep grazing at 5934 Oak Grove Road, recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0. Special use permit applications, item 6.2A, SP 2025-076, Estuardo Vasquez with La Mancha Sports Bar, a recommendation and ordinance for a special use permit for a drinking establishment with live entertainment at 1042 Central Avenue, recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0 for 2 years. Item 6.2B, SP 2025-077, Carla Perez with Boss Juanito Tire, a recommendation and ordinance for a special use permit for a tire repair shop at 2431 Junction Road, recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0 for 1 year. Item 6.2C, SP 2025-078, Katrina Badowski, a recommendation and ordinance for a special use permit for continuation of a short-term rental at 2918 West 46th Avenue, recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0 for 2 years. Item 6.2D, SP 2025-081, Tatum Phillip, a recommendation and ordinance for a special use permit for continuation of a short-term rental at 809 Central Avenue, recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0 for 2 years. Item 6.2E, SP 2025-082, Jaime Garcia, a recommendation and ordinance for a special use permit for automobile sales at 1809 North 7th Street, recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0 for 2 years. Plan review application, item 6.3A, PR 2025-034, Doug Clements, preliminary plan review for the construction of a new Silver City Argentine Elementary Middle School at 1919 South 26th Street, 2515 Lawrence Avenue, 2400 Steel Road, 2015 and 2025 Haas Drive. Recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0. Miscellaneous, item 6.4A. Redevelopment project plan for Buc-ee's Family Travel Center Redevelopment District. The Kansas Tax Increment Financing Act, as amended, requires the City Planning Commission to find that the project plan conforms to the Prairie Delaware Piper Area Plan before the UG Commission can consider adopting the project plan for Buc-ee's Family Travel Center Redevelopment District, recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0. This represents all of the items on the consent agenda.
Does any member of the commission, the county administrator, or the public wish to set aside any item on the planning and zoning consent agenda? Was that incorrect?
No, you're fine.
Oh. If an item is not set aside, all items on the planning and zoning consent agenda will be voted on by one vote to follow the recommendation of the planning commission. Has anyone contacted the clerk's office and asked an item to be set aside?
Yes, Mayor. Item 6.2E, SP 2025-082, Jaime Garcia.
Does anyone want to set aside an item? Clerk, is anyone joining virtually that has their hand raised to set aside an item?
We do have a hand raised by Scott Harding. Mr. Harding, you'll need to unmute and identify the item you wish to set aside.
The Buc-ee's amendment, or I'd like to take that off for right now and set it aside.
Thank you. Yes, it is.
6.4.
It's item 6.4A under miscellaneous. But that's on a consent. Is that okay? Okay. All right, 6.4. Commissioner Bynum.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Did the, Monica, I thought I heard you say 6.2 SB 2025-082. Somebody from the public requested a set aside?
A member of the public now, a former commissioner.
Oh, okay, just curious that that is going to be set
Yes.
aside. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, if there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion for approval of the planning and zoning consent agenda, excluding the set asides.
Bynum at large one, I would make a motion to approve all remaining items.
Ramirez, second.
There's a motion and second for approval, excluding the set asides. Roll call, please, clerk.
Roll call, Pacheco,
Aye.
Lopez,
Aye.
Stites,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Bynum,
Aye.
Comp,
Aye.
Howard, Burns,
Aye.
Ramirez,
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
The vote is 10-0. The motion carries.
Okay. Thank you. I'll ask the applicant or representative to present their application. Please state your name and address for the record. The applicant will be provided a maximum of 15 minutes to present their application.
Mayor, would you like me to read the first item that was
Yes,
requested?
clerk, I'd like you to read the first.
Thank you. This is under special use permit applications, item 6.2E, SP 2025-082. Jaime Garcia, a recommendation and ordinance for a special use permit for automobile sales at 1809 North 7th Street, recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0 for 2 years.
Is the applicant here?
We do have a hand raised online for the Garcia family.
Okay.
You'll need to unmute.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jaime Garcia, property 1809 North 7th Street, Traffic Way, Kansas City, Kansas, 66101.
Was there a question from any one of the commissioners regarding this item?
Mayor, Commission, oops. We do have a request in writing
Okay.
closing this permit. And
You
with
said
your-
opposing?
Yes, with your
okay.
permission, I'll read that now.
Yes, please read.
Says, Dear Madam Clerk, Mayor, and Commissioners, this communication comes in opposition to the issuance of a special use permit requested under the subject application that would allow the operation of a used car lot at 1809 North 7th Street, which is located within District 1. Such a business in the location requested does not support the efforts put in place during my last term of office with the unanimous support of my other fellow commissioners to help develop the northeast end of District 1 with much-needed residential development near the very location this subject special use seeks to operate. Specifically, the Tremont Project Residential Development Project, which is underway just to the north of the location this permit identifies for its operation, would not be benefited by the presence operation of this type of commercial business. To the contrary, the presence of a used car lot so close to this new residential development would be a detriment and a disincentive to future home seekers who may consider the Tremont Project properties as a place to call home. Secondly, there are more than enough used car lots already in operation within the geographic area in District 1 in which this permit also seeks to do business. Specifically, there are used car lots in operation at 2959 North 7th Street and at 5th and Quindaro Boulevard. Much of these used car operations are within a 5-minute or less drive from the location sought by the special use permit that is before you tonight. Consequently, this subject permit is a request that would oversaturate the subject neighborhood with a business type that does not bring added value to the efforts begun by the previous Board of Commissioners by unanimous vote to make this section of the northeast end of District 1 more residentially attractive and viable. For the foregoing reasons, and in the interest of continuing the hard work already undertaken for desirable and upgraded development of this area of District 1, I implore you to deny the special use permit application for this used car lot for the foregoing reasons and others you may deem appropriate, considering all the circumstances. Respectfully, Gail Townsend, former Commissioner for District 1.
Are there any questions from the commissioners? Mr. Garcia, do you have any comments?
No, I do not. I mean, I didn't know this new development was being made or anything like that. I wasn't aware of all that. Yeah, so I don't know where to go from here. Is there any, yeah.
Should the planning department have conversation with the applicant who opposes this? Or do you have any comments you would like to make, and are you familiar with the complaint?
Good evening, everyone. This is Osiris Nunez from Planning and Urban Design Department. I am actually the planner assigned to this case as well.
Sweetie, can you speak up just a little?
Yeah, not an issue. Sorry, guys. With that being said, I am the planner assigned to this case. Mr. Garcia, we did have this conversation. We usually start the process with a pre-application meeting where we essentially explain the process, break down the application, and also give our recommended professional opinion about the business. With that being said, Mr. Garcia and Mrs. Garcia knew about the professional opinion of ours, and they decided to go forward. So we then recommended them, along with their code, on how to be compliant. They did provide enough parking, which they're providing 29 parking spaces for the cars that they will be selling, 4 ADA parking spaces, in addition to another 16 parking spaces for the customers. We did recommend 2 years for approval, no mechanic shop or any type of tire sales in the area, And one of the conditions was that, or is that they need to repave and stripe well the parking area.
You guys want to proceed? Commissioner Bynum?
Thank you, Mayor. One thing that I've noticed, I drove by the location today, it's not a location that's conducive in the traditional sense that you think of a used car lot. It's a former building of some kind. It's multiple stories. Possibly a roofing company or something like that. It's an old building and the parking is behind the building. So I don't know, how it even fits into the concept of a used car lot. That's just my assessment, my observation. It is a building that appears to have been vacant for quite some time. That doesn't necessarily mean that it has been, because there may have been some business use there that I've been unaware of, but from appearances, it seems vacant. And like I said, if you can picture in our urban area, there are on 7th Street and also 5th Street, some older multiple story brick buildings that don't appear to be in current use, maybe were in former use. And that is one of them. So I'm not necessarily opposed to putting a business in a place that may currently be vacant, but I think I have to agree with Commissioner Townsend, former Commissioner Townsend's concerns, primarily as it relates to the fact that mostly she and I somewhat have worked fairly diligently with Mount Carmel on the Tremont redevelopment project, and that is what she's referencing in her letter to us, that a used car lot certainly doesn't comport with the neighborhood and residential redevelopment that is currently underway. In fact, all of the properties within the Tremont area, redevelopment area, all of the land bank properties in that area are currently under a hold that we provided so that the Mount Carmel Redevelopment Corporation could work on their redevelopment project. So just want to try to share my understanding of the situation with my colleagues on the dais. Thank you.
Cities and Youth Planning. If I could make one more point to this, is that the property is zone M3, which is heavy industrial. So the current use that the property owner is currently proposing is below that. They don't need an M3. They can go into a C2. So the use of the property is a lot less than what it can potentially be.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My question's more of process. Do we need to do a public hearing legal or no? Or have we already done that?
That was done at the Planning and
That-
Zoning meeting
I forgot. Thank you.
Commission, so.
To remind us of that new change in our rules. Thank you.
I have Commissioner Lopez.
Yes, what did you say it's zoned at right now?
Cities and Youth Planning. It is currently zone M3 heavy industrial.
Okay, for some reason on our maps, it's zoned at commercial industrial C.
If on our UG maps,
Unless somebody rezoned it without us knowing it.
they will need to go through the process as well for a change of zone. One more up. If we see the one in purple, there we go. Nope, there we go. If we see it's purple, so that is industrial. With that being said, it is the heaviest level of industrial.
Right, but on your maps, it's commercial industrial, not MP3.
So we don't have a zone that's commercial and industrial at the same time. And on our maps, or that I am aware of at the moment, with that being said, on our UG maps, it is currently zone M3.
Your UG maps is currently zoned as commercial industrial.
So the image that I have right there,
Well, the image that I'm going off of our UG, not this map, but the actual UG map is showing industrial, commercial. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what maps you guys use.
Mhm.
If you have your own that we don't know about, that would be nice to know if we had them, but I'm just saying, you know, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if we've got a map mix up somewhere.
so we actually use our UG maps to place all those pictures. The only other maps that we do use, and they are internal, it's our ArcGIS Pro, and that is to just show our future land designation, which it's the following image on that one right there. However, again, we do use UG maps. The pictures that were uploaded there are from there.
Okay, so when was it when was it zoned, do you know?
No, I'm not aware of that. I didn't go.
Okay, because I just didn't know if it just like from 2025 to January 8th of 2026 right now, if it got rezoned from MP3 or from industrial, but as of right now of 2025, UG maps is commercial industrial.
So I will say, if we look on page 3 of the report, the middle part, it states previous planning actions, there was none. So based on that information, I will conclude that it's not been changed previously.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like we have a map debacle somewhere. So we might want to look at that.
Thank you, Commissioner Lopez. Commissioner Howard.
Thank you, Commissioner Howard, District 1. Thank you for sharing that. Are you familiar with the Northeast Master Plan? Did Planning and Zoning talk to you about that?
I am not extremely familiar with it. I am the newest planner in the team, so I haven't gotten
Welcome.
there yet.
No worries, no worries. It's a few of us up here that are new as well. So, within respects to the entire process, right? You have new commissioners, you have a new mayor, of course. And so we would like to just, of course, if I could request that we send this back to Planning and Zoning so we could all have an opportunity to discuss it again. Of course, we'd bring you in with your team and discuss what that looks like. But without us having all the information, it's really hard for us to make a decision. And we want to be fair, truthfully, because there is a plan that is set in place for the Northeast. And so just like us, we're coming into something new and you all are coming into something new. And so we want to make sure that collectively, we're making sure that we're putting businesses there that is cohesive with the Northeast Master Plan, because there is a park right behind there, right? And there are kids and our community that would love to enjoy that park, but there are some businesses that are there that we have to be mindful of, if that makes sense. So I appreciate you.
That sounds like a good recommendation in addition to checking the zoning according to Commissioner Lopez. So can I get a motion to send this back to planning and zoning?
Motion.
Dave, second.
Clerk, roll call, please.
Roll call, Pacheco,
Aye.
Lopez,
Aye.
Stites,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Bynum,
Aye.
Kump,
Aye.
Howard,
Aye.
Burns,
No.
Ramirez,
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
The vote is 9-1. The motion carries.
Thank you. Can we have the next item, please? Clerk, you read it.
Thank you. This is under 6.4 miscellaneous, 6.4A, redevelopment project plan for Buc-ee's Family Travel Center redevelopment district. The Kansas Tax Increment Financing Act, as amended, requires the City Planning Commission to find that the project plan conforms to the Prairie Delaware Piper Area Plan before the UG Commission can consider adopting the project plan for Buc-ee's Family Travel Center redevelopment district. It was recommended for approval by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you.
of Cities News from Planning, the plan does confirm.
It does confirm.
Correct.
Okay. Do I have any commissioners? Nothing? Okay, we got a question. Commissioner Bynum.
You, Mayor, just to be clear, this item is a housekeeping item, if I'm not mistaken, that requires that we affirm in order for the tax increment financing to be completed, that we affirm that it complies. And your information to us tonight is that it does.
Okay.
And
Correct.
so enough said, motion to approve. I'm sorry.
Monica,
We do
I'm
have
sorry,
the
but-
individual who asked that it be set aside online.
Absolutely.
we did.
Yes.
So, Mr. Harding, do you have comment?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
In the past, all these things like Buc-ee's and all these developments has already been approved, and then later on they find out something new that's been changed that nobody knew in the commission. And my problem is with that, I think because this sales tax thing for Buc-ee's is huge. Okay, when this Chiefs Stadium comes in, they're going to take all this new sales tax, and Buc-ee's is included into that. I would believe. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I'm right. And all these other projects that are in the Star Bond District, are we going to lose our sales tax, was actually used for necessities to pay for our fire, our police, our EMTs, our roads, our bridges. And I think that's what's been the problem in the past because they've been taking all our sales tax and giving it to developers. And I think we need to look at that. That's why I said to set this aside and make sure that this sales tax is not taken away from the citizens to take care of our town. Our city's falling apart. We're losing money and we're not making anything. If we make any decisions, we need to make some money out of these special deals, and we're not to pay our bills. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. And that's what I would hope that our commissioners would take a look at, a big look at, because some people are going through this 33 page that the state's putting out, and it comes up to $6.2 billion. And then it goes on to $8 billion if it keeps on. So this is what I'm thinking about. We really hope the commissioners will look at this and not go and vote something in and find out later that all that sales tax is going away. I hope this isn't included because a lot of people's already got a plan made out and
Okay.
they've got it planned out, but the commissioners don't know about it, or I don't know about it. The citizens don't know about it. And then after it's signed in and voted on, then they say, oh, we forgot to tell you this. I'd hope it doesn't happen that way. So please think this and set it aside till you guys, the commissioners, get everything that falls into place on down the road. Because when you vote on it tonight, it might, or whenever you vote on it, it might change when this other plan comes into the Star Bond District. And
Your time
please
has
look at it.
expired.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very
Harding.
much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Guys doing a good job.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Harding.
you.
Commissioner Ramirez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just to clarify, I feel that we're mixing apples and oranges at the moment.
Yes.
This is just about Buc-ee's Travel Center and just a housekeeping matter of confirming that it conforms to the Prairie Delaware Master Area Plan. It's nothing to do with any other future development project that is coming or may come. So just to make that clarification, it's just to confirm that it conforms to an area plan. This project has already been voted on and approved and is moving forward. This is just one housekeeping item that needs to be done. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Burns.
Thank you, Mayor. I move for approval.
Second.
Clerk, roll call, please.
Roll call, Pacheco.
Aye.
Lopez.
Aye.
Stites. Davis.
Aye.
Bynum.
Aye.
Hump.
Aye.
Howard.
Aye.
Burns.
Aye.
Ramirez.
Aye.
Hill. The vote is 10-0. The motion carries.
Thank you. Is there one more item?
There were no other set-asides.
All right. Awesome. All right, that concludes the planning and zoning portion of tonight's meeting. We will now move to the regular portion of our agenda. All right. Does any member of the commission or county administrator wish to set aside any item on the regular consent agenda? If any item is not set aside, all items on the regular consent agenda will be voted on by one vote.
Move to approve all items as submitted.
I'm second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Roll call, Pacheco.
Aye.
Lopez.
Aye.
Stites. Davis.
Aye.
Bynum.
Aye.
Kump.
Aye.
Howard.
Aye.
Burns.
Aye.
Ramirez.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
The vote is 10-0. The motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, we have one item under the mayor's agenda. Item number 8.1. The only item on our agenda is approval of an ordinance amending the Unified Government Code of Ordinances, rules of procedure to change the start time for commission meetings and the closing time for agendas. Under this ordinance, commission meetings will start at 5:30 p.m. beginning in February 2026, and Board of Commissioners agendas will close on the Friday immediately preceding the date of the meeting for publication. Does any member of the commission have any questions or comments? Commissioner Ramirez.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Or Madam Mayor, sorry. My question is to the clerk. I know part of the amending of these rules is the closing of agendas.
Correct.
Now, is that only for full commission or does that include committees as well?
Committees have a separate deadline.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Commissioner Burns.
Thank you, Mayor. I commend you for this action. I think it's only good for the commission and especially for the public that we don't need to be sitting here until the next day to get business done. I think if, we do it within a reasonable time, we're here to vote on policy. We're not here to dig into the weeds, and we have to depend on our staff for that. So with that, if there's no more discussion, I'll move for approval.
Mayor, second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call, please.
Roll call, Pacheco.
Aye.
Lopez.
Aye.
Stites. Davis.
Aye.
Bynum.
Aye.
Kump.
Aye.
Howard.
Aye.
Burns.
Aye.
Ramirez.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
The vote is 10-0. The motion carries.
Thank you. Commissioner Burns, thank you for those. I commend the commission board in unison with this effort.
You're welcome.
Are we adjourned? Oh my God.
I'm second.
Is this the
Second.
record? This is a record. With no further business to come before the governing body, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
You have a motion, Mayor?
Motion, second.
David, second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Can I just clarify who made the motion?
Commissioner Stout.
Okay.
Commissioner Stites.
And Commissioner Davis was second. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, roll call. Pacheco.
Aye.
Lopez.
Aye.
Stites.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Bynum.
Aye.
Kump.
Aye.
Howard.
Aye.
Burns.
Aye.
Ramirez.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
The vote is 10-0. The motion carries.
We are adjourned. Happy New Year. Woo-hoo.
Hey Siri, call Carrie.